Hi, and welcome to another executive interview. Today, we have the pleasure of having with us Erez Rachamim, the founder and CEO of Stables. Stables is a company that is revolutionizing the digital wallet and stablecoin space, empowering underrepresented groups with accessible and transparent stablecoin products. Welcome, Erez. It's great to have you here today.
Thank you, Rhythm. Lovely to be here.
Amazing. Now, to start off, can you tell us a little bit about Stable's mission and how it actually aligns with the current market trends that we are seeing and the opportunities in the digital wallet and stablecoin space?
Sure, no problem. So at Stables, we started off by imagining a digital wallet entirely powered by stablecoins in the back end. In terms of crypto and businesses, we're about as boring and as simple as it gets. What we look at doing is creating a functional use case for blockchain technology. So what the majority of people would know is crypto started off with Bitcoin. Yes. It's a highly volatile and speculative kind of investment or asset. But fundamentally, the technology enables peer-to-peer transactions to take place without any middlemen whatsoever. Then later down the line, stablecoins came along. Today, stablecoins are at a market cap of something around 140, 150 billion.
Brilliant.
4 years ago, they were about 3 billion market cap. They are effectively the backbone of the digital asset space, with 50% of all Bitcoin trades being conducted in stablecoin, as well as DeFi total value locked. About 80% of it is locked up in stablecoins. So when we started off, we thought, wow, this instrument is super innovative. We can conduct reliable payments at scale, peer-to-peer with no middleman whatsoever. So seeing those trends, the massive growth of stablecoins proliferating across the world, we took a bit of a different spin to traditional exchanges and other wallets, in that actually we can build it from the ground up with Stables, with stablecoins, and you can spend, you can send, all building into this, hundreds of millions, $billion market.
That's brilliant, Erez. You really have a very compelling mission. Now, the market for stable coins and digital wallets, you have touched upon it, that it is growing rapidly. So how does Stables actually differentiate from the competitors in this space? So if you could tell our audience about the unique edge that you have.
Yeah. So at Stables, we are laser focused on stable coins. There is a handful, maybe a couple of wallets in the world that pretty much just build from the ground up, powered by this technology. And we, in terms of our unique selling proposition, or the way we differentiate, is really that simplicity. So if you're using a Binance or another type of exchange or a wallet, normally you're going in there and you can do lots of these different things: staking, trading, loans, all of these various things. And it's too far gone. It's too complicated to start again from just a wallet powered by Stables. So what we can do is, out the box, for example, we can do free and instant cross-border payments. Amazing. Because there's no middleman involved in what we do. You could send money home, or I can send money home, and I can send it to that family member free and instant. Another unique proposition is effectively the card we've built with MasterCard, which is in Asia Pac the first card that's powered purely by stablecoins. So you as a user, you are spending out of your stablecoin balance, not your fiat balance. So at Stables, at the core, we focus on stablecoins. We provide a regulated and super simple user experience that's world-class. So I'm confident on that fact because, our backgrounds is my background's in venture capital and fintech, whereas other people in the team, they built, Pocketbook in Australia, the Zip Money app in Australia. So they've built some of the most heavily adopted consumer applications in fintech in Australia, as well as, some of the first neobanks in Australia. So
Amazing. We can see that why this is such a compelling opportunity. That's very impressive. Now, Stable has achieved significant milestones. You touched upon this. So I was reading about the partnership that you did with MasterCard, which is big one for Stable. So can you tell us how does this partnership actually enhance Stable's position in the market, and what potential advantages does it bring?
So we've been fortunate to build some strong partnerships in our short time. I think that with MasterCard, one of the key things is that it started from MasterCard Global, the relationship. So what we're looking at is Australia as a blueprint, and then to export that into other countries very quickly. So we figured with stable coins, there's a lot of people that want to spend them, but it can be a little bit complicated, today at least, as a merchant to accept that payment. So we figured, let's break into the market with something that people already know, understand, and trust. And that's a brand like MasterCard. So pretty much you have stable coins, you can send them from another wallet or an exchange, or you can convert AUD into them, and you'll spend those stable coins just as you would your regular money. The merchant doesn't need to change anything in their systems. They get money in their settlement account at the end of the day. So it's a strong, it builds credibility, also kind of trust. And what we've built has always been in mind to expand globally. So we've now got the card live in Australia. We're just testing the final bits and pieces before it will be in your Apple Wallet and on your watch. So you can see I've got it already loaded on the watch.
That's brilliant.
So we're going to take that model and pretty much by the end of the year, we'll also have Europe live with MasterCard. So that's what we're looking at, is kind of on a jurisdictional basis, so we can export that card and tech stack.
Absolutely. Very exciting, Erez, and that's a significant achievement for sure. So you have touched upon this, and it would be great if you could tell our investors about Stable's roadmap for expansion. So both geographically and in terms of the product offerings, if you want to dive deeper into it.
Yeah, so very good question. So it's not immediately apparent all of the things we're doing just on a surface level. So if you go to stables.money, you can see a company that you can spend from and you can send your funds. But in the background, there's actually a lot of work and strategic nuances to how we're going to expand product offering and revenue sources. So the way I kind of describe it is there are three core components that we're focused on. One is on-off ramp. So that's from your AUD or your euro into stable coins and back. In order to do that, you need to build the banking rails and relationships and payments from the traditional scene into that digital asset space. Once you're there, then we've built what I call a vault, a very secure place to store funds as well as transact peer-to-peer. So this vault is highly scalable. So we could have 1,000 people or 1 million people as users, and we just spin up new wallets for them. And that's something also unique and takes a while to build, is at Stables, we don't pool your money together. Rhythm's balance and Erez's balance are all in separate wallets, segregated from our company balance sheet and company funds, which is a very unique or rare thing to see in this digital asset space. And it takes very deliberate building from a back-end perspective. And then finally, we offer cards. So we do on-off ramp, wallets, and cards. That's the three things we're focusing on at the moment. The on-off ramp is live in Australia with a wallet and a card. But what's not apparent is actually the core component, the wallet, is actually live in 130 countries at the moment. But you don't have the on-off ramp or the card. So it's kind of a very simple, basic offering, which we have decent organic traction, and we've built a good community organically with no marketing, zero marketing spend today, which would change over the next couple of months. So the product roadmap is the way we see it is we've got on-off ramp, custody, cards. The custody or the wallet is live in 130 countries. By the end of next quarter, you'll be able to on-off ramp, so come in with your debit card in the rest of those 130 countries. So it'll be a much stronger offering for these emerging markets and other types of places where we have some good community and organic traction. And then you'll have the cards live in Europe by the end of the year. We're pretty confident of that. But what's also we're doing in the meantime is we've built some relationships in the Philippines and partners in the Philippines, so we can start to test that remittance corridor. So a big part of our business is obviously cards and payments. One application of that core technology also flows through to cross-border payments. So that'll be a big focus of ours towards the end of the year.
Well, that is that all sounds very promising, Erez. Now, Stable has built a community of over 25,000 people who all are demonstrating a strong organic following. So how does your company plan to engage and nurture this community, and what impact do you think we can expect on the engaged user base to have on Stable's future growth?
So community is everything. From very early on, when we just had a landing page, no product, you want to test and make sure that there's demand from this community. We're people who have built fintechs in the past and delivered pretty innovative products to market. And there's always a little quasi blueprint for how you build community and then over time convert them into users and then generate revenue. Essentially, we've built a decent sized community with probably more than half of that not being in Australia. And that really validates, first of all, the global demand of what we're doing, but also where we want to go is in the hands of these underrepresented communities in emerging markets. They're holding US dollars in cash under their mattress, or there's a big black market for conversion of US dollars, whereas with us, they can hold it more cheaply and more securely. So that's why these people have all started to sign up across the world. We're very focused on what we do and when. So now we've built this organic community. We've nurtured them through frequent updates, NFT giveaways, certain other competitions for some cash and other types of activations. But now we're very focused on getting people to use the card in Australia and then Europe. But so in Australia, we are doing a big roadshow over the next couple months or weeks. So we're sponsoring lots of meetups. We're partnering with other reputable people to do events and other types of activations like MasterCard and Circle, and hopefully some other partners that will come on board. We're doing collaborations with restaurants and bars like treasure hunts where you spend with your card and you get rewarded. We are doing like little TikTok kind of campaigns where people are seen just spending with their card because it's so innovative and so groundbreaking that when these kind of crypto natives, at least to begin, or people who get paid in stables and that type of profile, I could have a meeting with them or they'll see the product and they will immediately almost sign up. And of the people that have organically come to us, we have people that are depositing with us almost every day or spending 5 times a day, which is very highly engaged, like power users. So it's been organic today. We've done a good job in building that community, but now it's time to kind of put some fuel on the fire we've kindled
around it, for sure. Amazing. Now, as a parting question, Erez, you have touched upon it, but anything you would like to add as like the key milestones and objectives for Stables in the coming months and years?
So it's a jam-packed schedule. We're ambitious people. We've got a strong track record. We built a world-class team that are specialists in fintech and payments. We're now in a strong position as a stablecoin wallet in Asia Pac. We are going to Europe. We've already got the entity and the license over there, so that's all good. We're building out on-ramps globally. That's another focus towards the end of the year. And then the biggest thing is now like the product's ready for scale. So you spend a lot of time building with your head kind of below ground and planted the seeds, and now they're kind of sprouting. So the biggest focus now is, and what we've already started to do is just get a bunch of traction. That's the biggest focus. So I think for all the viewers and all the people listening,
Yes.
you should check out the app, download it, use the card, check it out. I think for any interested investors that are viewing this, like one thing we always really regard highly are investors that understand and that have used our product.
Right, absolutely.
So there's a lot of ambitious things on the roadmap, but
amazing.
We tackle them one at a time.
Well, Erez, we will be keeping an eye out for the growth of Stables over the coming years. For anyone who would like to get in touch with the team at Stables, please see the details at the side of your screen or in the description of this video. And Erez, I would like to thank you once again for coming in for this interview, and I wish you all the luck with your venture moving forward.
Thank you, Rhythm.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.